TV. We got no one other than the two-trailer trucking in the house. We are live. Welcome to the broadcast. Gonna do a little LTL talk. Y'all know Two Trailer Trucker has a wealth of information. I know he used to work at CF, Consolidated Freight. I want to ask a couple of questions about Consolidated Freight. Keto coffee, cut it out. All right, let me stop messing with y'all. Let's get this show on the road, man. We're gonna bring Two Trailer Trucker to the stage.
Hello there.
What is going on, brother?
I just living the dream. Yeah, you better be able to hear me first. There he goes. Hello there.
Yeah. Oh man, doing great, man. Celebrating my 7th year anniversary. We've been together for 20 years, so
You enjoy every single day of those.
Oh yeah, man. You know how I go, man. Just celebrating, spending all that good money YRC blesses me with. You know how I go.
Well, you also work for it too.
Yeah. I earned every last penny of it, especially on that St. Louis run. Every last mile. Yeah, what's been going on with you, man, since last time we talked?
Just going up and down the highways and the byways. Just trying to, keep it between the lines and trying to stay out of trouble at the same time. And that's where you really earn your money.
Between the mayonnaise and mustard. There you go, man. Hey, man, CF. I want to ask you some questions. I told you I wanted to ask you some questions about CF. Trucker D, what's going on? KDS, what's going on, man? Two of my little youngins right there, man. They super truckers now. Just watching them grow up. But CF, man. I mean, the thing about it, with Yellow, you always hear the rumors about Yellow shutting down, and this company going out of business, that company going out of business. I remember, I think it was back in 2002. It was a major company. I didn't know much about LTL at the time, but there was a major company named.
Oh, we were top three.
Yeah, named
Corn.
Cornflake. They used to call them Cornflake, Consolidated Freight. And they had a bunch of other subsidiaries underneath them also. I used to see all kind of little Conway. Conway was a part of Cornflake, or like what was the deal with that?
You go right for the rough spot. You go right for the rough spot. What happened? I joined Consolidated Freightways in 1990. I was driving a gas tanker, decided to do something a little less stressful, so I went to driving wiggle wagons. Back, I guess, it was 6-7 years before that, the Teamsters and the company agreed to what they called double breasting, in which Consolidated Freightways could start up a non-union company, but the requirement on that was for every person they hired it, what was then the companies of like CCX, South Conway Central, Conway Southeastern, Western, and for everyone they hired there, they would have to hire at the union company, the Consolidated Freightways. And the Conway companies, they basically did everything. loaded, unloaded, broke apart. They weren't union, they were at the will of the company. Consolidated Freightways Corporation loved that idea.
Mm.
And I'm not quite sure what actually happened, but Consolidated Freightways was keeping Conway afloat.
Mm.
Instead, you would think the other way around, but no, Consolidated Freightways was keeping Conway afloat. And like I said, everything beyond that is conjecture.
Got you.
Uh, at one point, Consolidated Freightways was selling Conway companies terminals for dollars to help them get out of the, so they wouldn't have to pay taxes.
Wow.
The government caught on, said, "No, that's not the way it works." Uh, so whenever you see a old CF driver drive by now and an XPO, especially when they were Conway, there was usually a growl emitting from the cab of that truck. So they were like broke up in several companies. Then they went to Conway, and then Brad Jacobs bought them with at XPO. Now they're XPO Logistics.
Oh
So,
wow.
and some XPO Logistics were unionized. Then they decertified. So that's that's what happened there.
Wow.
People think that the Conway companies were made to do away with the union. Probably I wasn't involved in those meetings, so I can't tell you either way.
Gotcha.
But we all know how that turned out.
Right. What was the lead up like? Like what was the rumor mill like? Years prior, because I'm pretty sure the writing had to be on the wall.
I was just talking about this morning with another driver. Uh, I was saying we had a major terminal in Detroit, and we were at the hotel and having breakfast or lunch. And he told me, he says, they've been predicting our demise for 30 years. We're still here. The only thing we can do is go out, take the work call, do the best job we can. That's all we can control, which is what I say to this day. We brought that up the
Right.
last thing we did.
Right.
Everything else is beyond our control. Leading up to it, there was always rumors and such. A few weeks before that, there was a change of operation proposed in which we were to have a 12.5% give back, and they would eliminate. Are you there?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still here.
Okay, because my screen just went black. Okay.
All right.
Uh, the we're supposed to give them a 12.5% pay cut, and they were going to eliminate a lot of break bulks. Uh, Indianapolis, my home terminal, being one of them. I went to Chicago, which is a major terminal for us, and they said there's a meeting conference room, go to it. So okay. So I go in there, and there's some guys in suits sitting up there on the stage, and they're saying all the Indianapolis drivers will be coming to Chicago. And they talk. I raised up my hand. I said, I'm an Indianapolis driver. I've been here for 3 years. Every year there had been a change of operation. And I said, this company hasn't shown me the stability to move my family. I'm not moving to Chicago. I'll find a job somewhere. You come back, I'll be here. And their mouths dropped open. Then I heard a voice in the back going, I'm from Indianapolis. I'm on the extra board. I agree with him. I'm not moving up here either. Room just came to a dead stop. And 2 weeks later, we got shut down. Now,
Oh
did I perpetrate that closure? I don't think so. They may have heard something they may have tried to gloss over.
wow.
But the weekend, it was on Labor Day, September of 2002. 2002 was not a good year for me.
Wow.
And they had given us Labor Day weekend off. They'd never done that. In fact, we were all trying to figure out how we're going to work on Monday so we get the extra 4 hours.
Wow.
And that Monday, there was no internet was still in its infancy back then. There was no two trailer trucker Facebook group or anything like
Right.
that. We had Yahoo Financials message board, and I was looking on there and early in the morning, like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and so and so from ELP just got the call. We're closed. We're done. Then they messages like that start popping up all over. Uh, my wife's uncle had 20 some years, almost 30 years in with the company. I called him up. He didn't believe it. He tried Final TV. It wasn't there, which goes to prove in 2002, two trailer trucker knew what was going on before then. Uh, Ultimately, what happened was we were given a phone number to call, and it was a recorded message from the then CEO. He said, "Hope you enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. We really appreciate you and enjoy your time with your friends and family. Your employment is terminated effective immediately. Do not report to work on Tuesday."
Wow.
A few days after that, we were given the opportunity to work afterwards to clean up the system. At that point, they had debtor in possession financing, which means that, see, once a company declares bankruptcy, the company does not control. The court does. The bankruptcy court does.
Wow.
So the debtor in possession means that somebody has given the court so much money to close it down. So once they got that, and I called up and said, "Hey, nobody's beating a path down to my door." So I went ahead and worked a couple of weeks. Great company to work for because the dispatchers were fired, the drivers were fired.
Wow.
We were just there literally collecting a paycheck, and there was no stress.
Wow.
No, yeah, Chicago was a SOB of a terminal to drive out of, and I did that a lot. And they were just saying, I got my dispatch, and he said, "Oh, come on back here, it's coffee and donuts." They never did that before.
Wow.
We were all fired. One of
Wow.
them asked, "What are you going to do afterwards?" When they do close down, I said, "Oh, I've got it all figured out." I said, "I've got me a nice cardboard sign, got me a nice intersection pointed it out." And I said, "I'll just go out there and just make some money." I said, "I don't have to shower. I don't have to shave. I don't have to pay taxes." I said, "I'm going to have me a good old time."
Wow. Hey, might as well, man. I remember the on the news, it was all over the news, man. It was pretty sad, man. I seen the terminals with the chains on the gates, and it was a sad time, man, for you guys.
uh, like I said, we had an idea about it. Some guys saw things that I didn't. Are you there? Am I there?
Yeah, yeah, you're still here.
Okay. All right. My
Yeah, I think your
screen
screen is
seems
doing. Yeah, your screen doing what mine was doing last week. It kept cutting out.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'll just keep talking and try to fix it on my end.
yeah.
Uh, what was I saying? It was we. Some people had seen things leading up to that. Being one of the low guys on the extra board, I didn't see it, but it was just one of those type of deals where we were going to give them a give back, and that was said and done.
Mm,
And the company withdrew that and closed the doors.
wow, wow. Do you see any similarities? Where we're working at now?
Well, we don't have the weekend off. Uh,
Oh man,
you, you got to realize the difference between now and then is now everything is out there on social media.
right,
You can listen to the shareholders reports, live or read the
right,
transcripts afterwards.
correct.
You have Facebook groups, social media that delve in conspiracy theories and all that. Some of it, it could be true, but there's a lot more of a dialogue between the employees now than there was back in 2002. So could they surprise us? Oh, sure. Any company, Amazon could close up tomorrow. Uh, it, you know, it's just a matter of do you live your life like you're going to lose your job tomorrow, and you're prepared for that next step, or are you mortgaged to the hilt and dependent on the company surviving?
Yeah, that was gonna be.
After what happened at CF, and you gotta realize I had that happen twice. Once at CF, my wife had it with American Transair, where they did the exact same thing.
Wow.
And so I've had it happen twice.
Yeah.
So uh, it's just a matter of, you know, no no job is permanent. You would love for it to be permanent, sure,
Right.
but you control what you control, and that, in my opinion, is out of my ability to control it.
Yeah. Control the controllables, man. Just on your end, just be prepared financially. Be prepared. I mean, with any company, because we don't know what these execs are gonna do. We don't know who's up there on the board stealing from. You never
Well,
know. I
no,
mean, I don't put my faith into a company. Some companies seem stable.
we
Um,
got to realize leading up to it, they were buying equipment. We had Columbia Freightliners. We all ran. It's all we ran was Freightliners. Because Consolidated Freightways started the Freightliner Corporation.
yeah, tell me
Uh,
about that. Well, how
oh
was that?
Lord, I wasn't alive back then. I know I look old. I'm not that old. Uh, but they were buying Columbia tractors. They did buy some Macs, and which I had a funny thing happen with one of those Macs. Uh, and those were the only trucks we had except for the cab over sleepers that had power steering in them. And in fact, those Columbias had a feature in it I'd never seen before, in which it was in cab fifth wheel release. And us and CF were the only companies I've ever seen them in. And JL, that was before I started too, by the way. Uh, but Consolidated Freightways started Freightliner so that way they could build their own tractors, and became Freightliner out
Wow.
in Portland, Oregon. Then they switched that factory to Sterling's, and we know how the Sterling's worked out or didn't work out.
Right.
But
Wow. So that was a pretty powerful company. It sounds like, just from what I hear and from what I used to see.
well, they had Emory Air Freight. They had planes,
Wow.
and like I said, they were a force. Was our equipment top notch before they bought those Columbias? Oh hell no. We wore windbreakers and jackets in August and September because of the drafts inside the uh, cab. Uh, we had
Yeah.
a speedometer, but no odometer. I got broke down one time, and the vendor said, "What's the odometer?" I said, "I have no idea. We don't have one." And I looked at the year. He says, "Well, I need one." I go, "Well, 3,250,000 sounds good. Probably wasn't too far off." But
Wow.
like I said, they really didn't start buying some equipment toward the end.
Wow.
And after they shut down, there was a place in Nashville, right underneath downtown, and that's where they were scrapping all the yellow hat. Are you talking to me? Or are you talking to?
No, you're talking
We're
to
talking about the Consolidated Freightway, Slim.
no.
And yellow,
Somebody asked them about the hat.
is
Yeah,
that
make
my
sure y'all
hat?
hit about the hat that JL is wearing. I think he got a
Oh,
yellow
okay,
hat on. Yeah.
okay. Because I also have these, and also one in yellow. Uh,
Channel trucker.
but so yeah, that area is just full of scrap from tractors and trailers that were way past their prime.
Wow. Yeah, man. So what else been going on with you, man?
Well,
Uh,
can I do some two trailer trucker stuff here?
yeah, sure. Go ahead and promote, man.
Okay, beginning June 2nd, which will be coming up before you know it. Let me see if I can. Let me know if you're
We're
seeing these
talking.
or not.
We're
Uh,
talking about Consolidated Freight, Slim.
and let me pop it up here. Okay, beginning June 2nd, which is just coming up. I-465 in Indianapolis on the southwest side is going to have a series of closures between I-65 and I-70. They're finishing out Interstate 69 going from Indianapolis to Evansville. And they're going to be building, they are in the process of building a ramp there. So on June 2nd to 21st, the eastbound lanes of I-465 will be fully closed between I-65 and I-70.
Oh
Which
wow.
means if you're taking the detour or the hazmat route around Indianapolis, it'll say so on here because it's mainly for cars. Uh, the hazmat route is going to be the north side of Indianapolis.
Wow. So you got to go all the way to the north side and come around.
Right.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah, get
their
those extra
side,
miles.
like I said, definitely, and you want to make sure that there's what it'll look like on the eastbound side, and they're nice pictures. And I don't know if you see my cursor or not, but that's where they're building the ramp for I
I,
69.
I can't see the
Uh,
cursor.
okay, but let me get back here. So if you're going around Indy and you have hazmat, the north side is going to be your detour route. Yes, it's going to add some miles. So I'll be posting that as we get a little bit closer. And if you do print it off, hand it to your supervisors to let them know. I've been trying to
Right.
spread the word, around the Indianapolis terminals where I go to.
Right.
But do not forget that, especially if you're going to be running a little tight on time.
Yeah,
Especially
because
if you're.
they're supposed to pay those extra miles. I know they shut down downtown Birmingham a couple of years ago,
I remember
and
that. Yeah,
yeah, going to Memphis, we got like an extra 15 miles. So
right. And
so just make sure that
what they might do is just put on there the time difference because there's no sense in really trying to put miles in for a short term detour like that is going to be. So they may,
right,
like 15 minutes or whatever. So, keep that in mind too. Don't be arguing for the miles because, it's only going to be, was like a couple. Let me punch it up here real quick here. It may just, I think it's, bear with me here. See, eastbound will be closed for 20 days, basically from the 2nd to the 21st. Then the westbound will be closed from July 7th through the 29th. So that's good 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks.
wow,
So like I said, if you're going to be tight on time and you're going to have that to deal with, then definitely keep that in mind.
wow. And they can find that on your website, Two Trailer Trucker.
I will have that on there as we get a little bit closer. So
Okay,
today's the 21st. So give me another, week or so,
right.
and I'll definitely put it on there as we get a little closer. I found out if I put things out too early, then it gets lost and people don't know about it. So I'm gonna hold my
Gotcha.
water and bring it up a little bit closer to the actual date.
Gotcha. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button coming on in, man. Hit that like button for me, man, to get this information out, man. Yeah, Two Trailer Trucker puts out good information. Make sure if you're new at Yellow or an older driver at Yellow and haven't stumbled upon this website is very helpful. A lot of the guys that I put through orientation, they swear by it. People that I put onto it, older drivers that I put onto the website, they swear by it. Um, as
You
far
sure
as
not at it?
directions,
Are you sure they're not swearing at it? that they're swearing by it, right?
it's it's wearing by it. Trust me, man.
And we'll give a shout out to Cedric and Lorenzo, who are watching along on Two Trailer Truckers Facebook page. So,
Right,
hey
what's
guys.
going on, Cedric and Lorenzo? Make sure y'all come over here and and subscribe to Bink TV, man. Yeah, it was a couple of people at my terminal. They were following you on Facebook, and they actually seen my they seen the kid out there. They didn't know. They didn't know.
Well, I get a lot of oh, you're the Two Trailer Trucker. I said, yeah. Well, how did you find out? Oh, Bink TV. That's how I found out. I said, okay, that's cool. Whatever way is fine with me.
Man,
As long as it's not on America's Most Wanted, we're good.
hey, there you go, man. Oh man, but yeah, man, I uh been getting a lot of messages, man. I think I'm gonna put a, just something together for the, for the people that, thank me for helping them out, man. I think you're seeing on Facebook, you know, some of that. That's some touching, humbling stuff, man. Because when we put this stuff together, you never know who you're gonna touch, who you're gonna influence to, go
Right.
out here and make something of themselves, man.
There are
Um,
times that this doing the website, and I know how much people. I mean, one of your supervisors in Atlanta used a word for it when I was down there last. She called it a staple,
mm,
and that kind of took me back a little bit. Uh, I'll notice stuff that like Harrisburg changed their inbound where you go into the terminal at. I didn't
mm,
know about it. Nobody told me about it, and been that way for 2 months. Boy, was I mad. Uh, and then somebody will say, "Yeah, you really helped me with this or whatever." It kind of puts you back in. Okay, there's my, this, come on, keep doing this, and
right.
uh, and so people recognize me for the hat. Well, if you look at my hair, I had a real bad haircut the other day, uh, but and I have that bump cap inside of it, but like I said, it's just people come up and I talk to them, and one of the things I tell them is if you see anything wrong, if you have any questions, let me know because I want them to feel like that I'm just not two trailer trucker guy who's at an arm's reach. They're looking at me, they're talking to me, and that way, you know, they'll feel more comfortable in sending me information.
Correct.
And believe me, over the last 7 years, the website, even though the work has been tedious and time consuming, has really helped me out with stuff I have going on here at home. So I I do this for the guys and gals, but they also help me out at the same time, and I'm appreciative of that.
Right. Man, in closing, we're gonna shut it down like right at the 30-minute mark, man.
All right.
In closing, um, we talked about CF, which is Consolidated Freight. You went through the closing of that company. What message would you tell these new guys that's worried about that work at the company that we work for? Like, how would you tell them to prepare for it? Like, what would you do different, from back then that you would do now?
I was broke back then. I was making 60 grand a year and having my cell phone turned off.
Hmm.
Get your finances in order. You preach it on your platforms. I can't stress it enough. Get your finances in order. Uh, don't listen to the noise. They call you to work. Go to work. Uh, this company has almost shut down 3 times in the last few years to be saved at the last minute. So they give you a work call. Go to work. Do the best damn job you can. If it happens, you take the gut shot, dust yourself off, go file for unemployment, get with the union, see what they want you to do, and then you go on to the next gig. Keep your driving record clean, and because we've all I've had it happen at one time or another where we've quit or something's happened, but this time it will not be your fault. It wasn't because of what you did or what the union wouldn't do. It's beyond the union, it's beyond us. So if it does happen, hold your head up. You did all you could do. You did a damn good job doing it. Go on. Don't
That's
be
it.
depressed over it.
That's right. Got to use one of them Smith system keys. Be prepared. Expect the unexpected.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
cheesy as it is, that stuff it reigns true.
Oh, believe me, I was only there 3 years, and it was a
Wow.
gut shot. And I went on to a company I had no business being on with. I worked for them for
Mm,
7 years. Then my
wow.
wife says, call Roadway. Well, I did, and the rest of it's history. Even then, after I started Roadway, 3 months later, I was laid off.
Wow.
Uh, but I went back. Uh, so
Wow.
pretty much, JL, you can't, you don't want to live, you don't want to have your head buried in the sand. You want to
Right.
know what's going on. Uh, but by the same token, too, you know, it depends on how you balance it. You keep two eyes going forward and one eye in the back or whatever, but keep looking forward. But do understand what's happening around you.
Right. That's it, man. Well, Two Trailer Trucker, man. Make sure y'all go check his website. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't to
Two
Big
trailer
TV and Two Trailer Trucker. I
two
keep
trailer
forgetting.
trucker
I
two
keep
trailer
forgetting you got a
trucker.com.
YouTube page, man.
Oh hell yeah. Two trailer trucker.com. Go on Facebook. Uh, Facebook. There's a Facebook group. And YouTube channel is Two Trailer Trucker. All of them are Two Trailer Trucker. Two Trailer Trucker group is where you can post things on there. And of course, you have to be a current employee of Yellow to be on there. Uh, but you're welcome. Uh, but like I said, the the way I keep the website up as much as I can. I depend on each and every one of you to give me information. Do that at webmaster at twotrailertrucker.com.
All right. Yeah, make sure I got a YouTube group on well, I got a group on Facebook, Bank Truckers Lounge. You can catch me on Instagram, Bank TV, Bank underscore TV7 on Instagram. What else I got? And YouTube, Bank TV. That's about it. That's about all I can handle, man. And then
But like I
Bank
said,
Trucking on Facebook also. Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of things going on in the next few months, and so like I said, they could try everything they want, but in the end, they need drivers. So in order to move freight, don't worry about the politics of it. Go to work, be safe,
That's it, man.
and do the best job you can. That's what I
Yeah.
suggest.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Take care.
All righty,
Enjoy the
thanks a
rest of your
lot.
Sunday. Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Like you were saying, just keep your affairs in order. Keep that driving record clean. Just be prepared. Be hireable. Get your TWIC cards. Be hireable. Be ready to go. Um, this stuff. The rumors don't scare me. I'm not. That stuff don't scare me. I love trucking. I can work at any company. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna make something happen. But it's Big TV, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Big TV. Keto coffee. Cut it out. Happy anniversary, baby. I love you. Hey, you still in here? Type that happy anniversary to my lovely wife, man.